That's way better.
Okay. Call a meeting to order then for the. Okay, call a meeting to order for the county board for March. We'll start with a moment of silent meditation and pledge of allegiance, and please remember our first responders. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, is there anybody in the back under public comment that would like to speak? Okay, come on up. Please be brief because we got a lot of other items going on here today, as you can see. Yep, and could you state your name and address for the record?
My name is Ron James, and I am from White Lake, Wisconsin, 634 School Street. And I'm just here to introduce myself today. There's been some communication. I'm going to be asking the board to consider a resolution that will help protect our Wolf River. And this is the establishment of the Pelican River Forest at the headwaters of the Wolf River. And it is a 56,000 acre forest that contains the headwaters of the Wolf River. And a company by the name of Greenlight Metals from Canada is planning on drilling there, looking for metallic sulfide minerals. And their intention would be, if they find enough of these minerals, they would construct an open pit mine or maybe an underground mine up there. So there's a Forest Legacy grant that the state of Wisconsin has for $11 million for this conservation easement that would set it aside so that it can't be developed for things like mining. It's the number 2 highest priority in the United States of America. And again, I'm just here to introduce myself and say hello and thank you for the time.
Okay, thank you. And that was the email that I got. I referred it then to Land Conservation Committee, and then thereafter it'd come to the board for probably next month. Motion to deviate from the order of agenda. Is there a motion? Motion by Kimberly Leffel, seconded by Randy Young. If all then by acclamation, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Chairman's report. Today is, Devin just come in. Today is poster day. We have all the kids in the back. Why don't you come on up and do your presentation, Scott and Mary. Got quite a crew this year.
We need a couple seconds to get organized. We got a little presentation for all of you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mary George, and I work in the Land Conservation Department. I'm also a member of the Youth Conservation or Youth Education Committee for the Wisconsin Land and Water Association. I'm here to share some really good news with you. Shawano County Land Conservation has held a conservation poster contest for the last 5 years. This is through the Wisconsin Land and Water and the National Association of Conservation Districts. Our poster contest is a nationwide contest which consists of 4 steps: local, area, state, and national. This year has been an awesome year for our poster contest, and this year has been a year of first for Shawano County. It was the first time we had at least 3 submissions for each grade division. There's 5 divisions, by the way. It was the first time we had winners for first, second, and third places for each grade division. It was the most schools we've ever had participate in this contest. Leeds Primary Charter School, Shawano Middle School, Olga Brenner, Sacred Heart Catholic School, Shawano, St. Paul Lutheran, Bondwell, Bowler Middle School and High School, Marion High School, Wittenberg Elementary and Burnhamwood Elementary and Middle Schools. It was the first time a teacher made this a class assignment for an entire school. It was the most posters Shawano County has ever had submitted, 171. It was the first time we had 4 out of 5 of our grade divisions win a first place at the Wisconsin Land and Water, Lake Michigan area, which means this was the first year that we had 4 grade levels going to the state contest, which was held March 1st through the 3rd this year. I'd like to introduce to you our wonderful artists. It was a hard year for us to pick these. It was really difficult. But I'd like to start with our first division, which was kindergarten through 1st grade. I'll introduce the students as they come in. Mia Brunker placed first in our area, in our local contest. Carmen Greeno, she placed second this year in her age division. Ava Radant, she placed third. In Division 2, which is 2nd grade through 3rd grade, we have Quinn Meverden, who placed first. Talon Milovitz, who placed second. And Lane Brunker, who placed third. In Division 3, which is 4th through 6th grade, we have Flynn Bushman, who placed first. Unfortunately, he wasn't here to be with us today. Faith Wilde placed second, and Michael Ham placed third. In Division number 4, which would be the 7th through 9th graders, Sienna Henry placed first, Austin Stickney placed second, and Kenzie Stark placed third. In Division 5, 10th through 12th grades, Ava Pazer placed first. Paige Treptow placed second, and Sienna Mady placed third. The first place posters from our contest were then forwarded to the Lake Michigan area contest, where Sienna Henry placed second. Mia Brunker, Quinn Meverden, Flynn Bushman, and Ava Pazer all placed first. And those 4 posters went on to the state contest level for their age groups. Quinn Meverden placed third at state. Each student who placed in the local contest will be given a certificate, a placement medal, gift certificates, and a water bottle from the Land Conservation Department. I spoke with a very special friend of mine about these students. His name is Daryl, and he's from the Seagrave Fire Apparatus. And he shared this information with the CEO and the Chief Financial Officer of his company. They wanted to do something special for these students as they were very impressed with their accomplishments. They hand chose gifts for each student who placed as a congratulations for their effort. But this year, they also gave each student a gift for entering the contest. So in other words, they gave out 171 gifts to these kids. I personally would like to thank each of the students for entering our contest, as well as their parents for their encouragement and support for their child. I would also like to thank the schools of Shawano County. They have been very supportive and instrumental in getting the information out to the students for our contest. Lastly, I would like to thank Seagrave for the continued support of gifts for our contest. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you Daryl George from Seagrave Apparatus.
I'm Daryl George and work at Seagrave, and we're just more than happy to help these kids and look at their fantastic posters and really have enjoyed this program. I know it was like probably 5 years that we've been doing this, and I think we started like 18. So the 171 really got up there, but we really think it's worthwhile for these kids, and we love all the hard work they've done on these posters, so thank you.
Okay. Want to take a few pictures quick?
Yeah, is that okay, you guys? Awesome. Does anybody have any questions while you're waiting? How much cash? It's what, about $1,100, $1,200 they spent on these kids. And by the way, it's the most money any company has ever spent on these kids, so just another first.
You wanted to speak, Jerry?
Yes, if I could, please. First off, I'd like the younger ones that are close to you, Tom, if they could move up.
Maybe move in front so they all fit into a picture better?
Yeah, go forward, you guys. Perfect. Good job.
That way.
You too, honey. Keep going.
Yep,
There you go.
If they could, that's a perfect picture of perfect young people that are doing outstanding work. And I wanted to make sure we could get them all on a picture, but especially if they could some of them hold their posters up because they're so sharp looking. I'd like to really gaze at them a while.
This would make a nice story for the paper too, Luke.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, these kids really, really did Shawano proud this year.
If you need to fit them in, Luke, come on up.
Let me see here. I can tell you. Quinn Meverden, put yours way up high. Quinn placed third at state, by the way. And Flynn Bushman, he is not here right now. And Ava Pazer. They all placed first. And this is out of 8 counties. These kids did really well.
Okay. Well, one more time, I think a round of applause. And a big thank you to Seagrave for the donations. That's very nice. Okay. Are we good to go? All right. Good job, guys.
Thanks so much for letting us come and share with you.
Good, we're back up and running? Okay. Well, then we will move on to item number 6, the consent agenda. As you can see, it got a little rather lengthy, the consent agenda did, because it has January and February in there due to the cancellation of the meeting. I kind of thought we should have the meeting, but when Milt called and said he thought the drive was going to be too tough for him for 2 blocks, I figured we better call it off. We do have a little issue, though, with the renumbering. You would like us to renumber all of them now in an amendment? Not renumber, but redate, because the committees forwarded the resolutions all, and the resolutions all said that they forwarded them for the county board as on this date. And she thought this was the easiest way to change them all with one lump sum change here on the board floor, instead of taking each one back to the committee and getting their approval to change the date. Do you think we need a listing, or should we just do all of them that are on the consent agenda and then do the other ones separate? Yeah. Okay. Would there be a motion to approve then, changing the dates of final approval from February to March? Motion by Mark Grams, seconded by Terry Tipton. Is there any other questions or any discussion? Okay. Seeing none, then if you are in favor of changing the dates, you, oh, okay, then by acclamation, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried, so the dates are changed. To run through them quick, the usual is the January, minutes for the January meeting. If somebody would like any of these items pulled out, now would be your chance to take them off. Green Valley Comprehensive Plan. If anybody has any questions on any of these, the town map amendments, Maple Grove plan, Maple Grove zone change for the Jacobs brothers, grant a zone change for the Yeager family, and We Energies distribution agreements. The We Energies distribution agreements are basically small little items that they're doing, I believe, up here alongside of H, that they're going to be doing, and one is a matter of maybe a little like 5x5 area, so they can set a pole onto the edge of county property. But in order to do it, they have to have a legal agreement, and these went through public property and were passed by them. And also, on a side note, we're gonna look at that in public property about granting easements, because when these first came, they came right to my mailbox to sign, and that's not up to me to really to decide who gets an easement and who doesn't on county property. That should go through public property first and be handled that way. And everything should go through them by the current rules, except highway, because anything then that's for highway purposes, the rules specifically leave that in there for the highway department and highway committee to handle. And with that then, are there any of them items that anybody would like removed for in special consideration? Okay, seeing none then, if you are in favor of approving the consent agenda as amended, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. Oh, excuse me. Motion and a second then to approve the consent agenda. Motion by Milt, seconded by Kathy Lubke. Must have rested up on that month off, huh, Milt? Okay. Now, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor then of approving the consent agenda as amended, vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 25 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent. So the consent agenda has passed. Item number 7, reading of petitions, memorials, and communications.
At this time, we don't have any.
Okay. I did receive, that I should make mention to it, I think, a card from Arlen thanking everybody for their consideration in his loss back in January. And we all are with you, Arlen. It's tough to take something like that is, so you have our appreciation. And on a lighter note, I thought this one was so nice, I'm gonna burn up just a couple of minutes of everybody's time. I got a letter, and it's made out to the Honorable Chairman Thomas Kautza. I don't know why they got that down. Anyway, this is a high-level item we should all be worried about. Dear Chairman Kautza, this is from an individual over in Hudson, Wisconsin, and this is handwritten. As you may be aware, the Milwaukee Brewers are saying they may leave Milwaukee in a few years, about 2030. This should be a tragedy. I hope you will encourage your government residents, or your residents of Shawano County to attend as many Brewer games as they can, to keep up interest and attendance up. I imagine some businesses in your county entertain customers. Going to a Brewers game is good, by the way, to do that. Thank you. Michael Rollins, I think. So if anybody's worried about getting to Brewer games, you can have the letter and maybe you want to run the bus.
We will be taking a trip to the Brewer games, supervisors, party bus, et cetera, so.
Okay. All right. That's why we usually never have any readings or petitions, because you never know what you're going to get. Item number 8, resolution number 9-23, Kara.
Thanking Jim Zlowy for his years of service to the residents of Shawano and Menominee counties. Now therefore be it resolved by Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 22nd day of February, March, it's going to be March 22nd, 2023, that the Shawano County Board of Supervisors hereby publicly thanks James Lowy for his years of service to the residents of Shawano and Menominee counties. This has been submitted by the Board of Health and Veterans Service Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Ken Capelli, seconded by Devin Crejan. Terry?
I'm Terry Harmel. I'm the health officer for the Shawano Menominee County's Health Department, and we were afraid Jim wasn't going to make it, but he did. 47 was a little bit clogged. So Jim, if you would come up. And Jim was the Menominee County Board representative on the Board of Health and Veteran Services for Shawano Menominee counties. Just over 7 years of service.
I used to have a full head of hair. Well, thank you for your time and your service, Jim. Okay, then we have a motion and a second. Then by acclamation, or we got a vote? Oh, you got it on a vote, okay. Then if you are in favor of thanking Jim, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. $25 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent. So the resolution is passed. Thank you very much, Jim. Item number 9, resolution number 10-23. Kara?
To appoint Tammy Gores as the University of Wisconsin Extension Coordinator effective January 3rd, 2023. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in this 22nd day of March 2023 that they appoint Tammy Gores as the full-time University of Wisconsin Extension Coordinator for Shawano County, effective January 23rd, 2023. Be it further resolved that the county will pay Ms. Gores an annual starting wage of $51,665.74 per year, with an estimated fringe benefit in the amount of $33,619.91. Be it further resolved that other benefits and obligations applicable to Ms. Gores shall be as set forth in the Shawano County Employee Handbook and consistent with Wisconsin statutes. This has been submitted by the Agricultural and Extension Education, Conservation, County Fair, and County Farm Committee, along with the Executive Committee.
Okay, is there a motion to approve? Motion by Devin Crejan, seconded by Kevin Conrad. Jimmy?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, for those of you who don't know Tammy has been with us for 4 years. So Tammy was an internal hire. She's done a great job. We had a tremendous amount of calls outside of our organization about Tammy to bring her on board in this position. I think the committee did a great job by selecting her, and so I'd like to introduce Tammy.
Thank you. I'm Tammy Gores, and I'm excited to be the Extension Coordinator. I'm looking forward to working with you guys, and if anybody has questions, feel free to stop in our office, room 109 downstairs. I'm looking to build our communications and partnerships with our different organizations, especially like the Ag Society and the Fairgrounds. So like I said, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Joe, you want to comment?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And on behalf of the Ag Extension Committee, it's very important, and I want to make this perfectly clear here. It's really important for Shawano County to always promote from within. When we have dedicated staff currently employed in this county staff, they should be given first and utmost priority. So I just wanted to mention that, and very thankful for Tammy and the work she's done, her predecessor, Terry, and all the staff in the Ag Extension Department. We appreciate their work, and every meeting we have, we always let them know how much we appreciate their work. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Joel. Anyone else wish to comment? Okay, seeing none. And then this is one, Lorenda, we have to amend the. Yes, this one. Okay. We have to just amend it from March?
From February to March, yeah.
Okay. Okay, and you added in now as March, read it in as March, so. We're good. Okay. Is there a motion to amend that? Motion by Steve Geetz.
We need to amend each one?
Yep. It's either got to go back and it's got to be amended coming from the committees, or it's got to be amended here today, or you can't do something in
Okay. So
March that says February.
I got the first.
Seconded by Sandy Stanky. Is there any discussions on the amendment? Seeing none, then all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Then we are now back to the resolution as amended. Do we have a motion for, or we took a motion already?
Hold on just a second.
Hold on, okay.
Okay, I'm back. To vote on the original.
Vote on the original.
Ready.
And we did have a motion and a second on the original.
Steve and Sandy.
Okay. Well, pretty good. Mine says passed by voice vote already.
No, that should have been the amendment.
Yep. Then if you are in, you got to set up the vote.
Yes.
Okay, then if you are in favor of the resolution as amended, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 25 yes, 0 no with 2 absent. So there you go. You are in, Tammy.
All right, welcome aboard.
Item number 11, or resolution, excuse me, item number 10, resolution number 11-23. Kara?
To approve memorandum of understanding between Shawano County and Shawano County Library Board. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 22nd day of February 2023 that the memorandum of understanding between Shawano County and the Shawano County Library Board as attached is hereby approved. Be it further resolved that the board directs the appropriate county officials to sign and execute the memorandum of understanding submitted by the City County Library.
Yep. Okay, is there a motion to approve? Motion by Milt, seconded by Kimberly Leffel. Are there any questions or comments? Otherwise, we need to amend this one also from the 22nd of February to the 22nd of March. Motion by Terry Tipton, seconded by Grant Stazik. Is there any questions or comments on the amendment? Okay, seeing none, then all those in favor of amending Resolution 11-23 from February to March, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carried. We are now back to the original resolution. Would you wish to comment, Milt, you or Kimberly on it? Okay, go ahead, Milt.
Okay, the statute says that the library board is control of the, everything, hiring, firing, and that, and the library board felt that that they could not do that on their own, and so they wanted to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the county for their assistance.
Okay. Sandy, Stanky.
I guess I'm just questioning why it says city county library. Technically, shouldn't it just say county library? The city's
Actually,
not
yeah, I
really
guess that
involved.
should be out because that missed it because that should have been struck out.
So we should have that struck from the,
We should have a motion then to amend that and remove city.
I will make that,
At the bottom.
at the bottom, it states
says
who
submitted by.
who it was submitted by, and it's not really submitted by the city. It's by the county library. Yeah, city
Okay.
should not have been mentioned.
Okay, then is that a motion, Sandy?
Yes,
Okay, motion by Sandy to amend and remove city. Is there a second? Okay, second by Dennis Knack. Okay, then on the amendment, is there any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor of the amendment, removing city, which is a boo-boo, shouldn't have been on there. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now, back to the original MOU. Is there any questions or comments on that? Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor of resolution number 11-23, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 25 yes, 0 no with 2 absent, so the resolution has passed. Item number 11, resolution number 12-23. Kara?
Request State of Wisconsin to use a portion of the 2023 budgetary surplus for the maintenance, repair, and replacement of county trunk highway system. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 22nd day of March 2023 that the Shawano County Board of Supervisors, in an effort to assist the Wisconsin Counties Highway Association and the Wisconsin Counties Association, approve the request of additional funding through budgetary surplus with said funding allocated to the county GTA appropriation for the backlog of maintenance on the county trunk highway system, as well as for LRIP-S. Be it further resolved, a copy of this resolution be sent to Governor Tony Evers and all the state legislature, the Wisconsin Counties Association, and all other Wisconsin counties. This has been submitted by the Highway and Parks Committee.
Do we need the amendment on this one, Lorinda? No. No, okay. A motion to approve, motion by Kevin Conrad, seconded by Steve Geetz. You wish to comment on it, Kevin?
This is just a resolution that was sent out to a lot of other counties,
One of the generic ones again.
one of the generic ones, and whether or not it helps or not, I guess it can't hurt anything, so hopefully we can get some of that money back.
All right. Arlen Tober.
Yes, I agree with the resolution 100%. But when we was down to the legislative session down in Madison, that all you ever heard between the two different sides is that they each got their own place they want to spend the money. They won't spend it where the other one wants it. So I don't think we're going to get too much out of it, but we at least can ask for it.
Put in an E for effort anyway. Is that it, Arlen?
Yeah.
Okay. Jerry?
Yeah, also speaking on that, when our governor spoke, he also did mention about giving or increasing road aids by 10%, so hopefully something will happen on that, otherwise I'm going to hold it to him.
Right. It was kind of funny, yeah, because between the governor, there was all kinds of money to work with, and then when we got to the next bunch the next day, which was like Robin Voss, and then the leader from the Senate, and that, there isn't this big pile of extra money according to them. It's all budget games and stuff, so See, Bill, you could be part of that now if you would have won. Shaking your head. Okay, any other questions or comments? Seeing none, then if you are in favor of resolution number 12-23, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 25 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent. So the resolution has passed. Item number 12, resolution number 13-23. Kara?
I'll try to get through this. Authorizing Shawano County to enter into the settlement agreements with Teva Pharmaceutical Industries Limited, Allergan Financial LLC, Walgreen Company, Walmart Inc., CVS Health Corporation, and CVS Pharmacy Inc. Agree to the terms of the addendum to the MOU allocating settlement proceeds and authorize entry into MOU with the Attorney General.
Sorry to put you through this, but I wouldn't want something to go wrong and say that we didn't follow the proper procedure to get it passed.
With that, now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 22nd day of March 2023 that the Shawano County Board of Supervisors hereby approves, number 1, the execution of the settlement agreements and any and all documents ancillary thereto, and authorizes the board chair or his or her designee to execute same. Number 2, the final negotiation and execution of the addendum in form substantially similar to that presented with this resolution and any and all documents ancillary thereto, and authorizes the board chair or his or her designee to execute same upon finalization, provided the percentage share identified as allocated to Shawano County is substantially similar to that identified in the addendum provided to the board with this resolution. Number 3, the final negotiation and execution of the AG MOU in form substantially similar to that presented with this resolution and any and all documents ancillary thereto, and authorizes the board chair or his or her designee to execute same. Number 4, the execution by the board chair or his or her designee or any additional documents or agreements for the receipt and disbursement of the proceeds of the settlement agreements as referenced in the addendum. Be it further resolved, all proceeds from the settlement agreements not otherwise directed to the attorney fees account shall be deposited in Shawano County's opioid abatement account. The opioid abatement account shall be administered consistent with the terms of this resolution, Wisconsin State Statute 165.12, number 4, and the settlement agreements. Be it further resolved, Shawano County hereby authorizes the establishment of an account separate and distinct from any account containing funds allocated or allocable to Shawano County, which shall be referred to by Shawano County as the attorney fees account. An escrow agent shall deposit a sum equal to, up to, but in no event exceeding, an amount equal to 20% of Shawano County's proceeds from the settlement agreements into the attorney fees account. If the payments to Shawano County are not enough to fully fund the attorney's fees account as provided herein, because such payments are made over time, the attorney fees account shall be funded by placing up to, but in no event exceeding, an amount equal to 20% of the proceeds from the settlement agreements attributable to local governments, as that term is defined by the allocation MOU, into the attorney fees account for each payment. Funds in the attorney fees account shall be utilized to pay the fees, costs, and disbursements owed to the law firms pursuant to the engagement agreement between Shawano County and the law firms provided. However, the law firms shall receive no more than that to which they are entitled under their fee contract, with considering the amounts paid to the law firms from the fee fund established in the settlement agreements and allocable to Shawano County. The law firms may make application for payment from the attorney fees account at any time, and Shawano County shall cooperate with the law firms in executing any documents necessary for the escrow agent to make payments out of the attorney fees account. Be it further resolved that all actions heretofore taken by Shawano County Board of Supervisors and other appropriate public officers and agents of Shawano County with respects to the matters contemplated under this resolution, I hereby ratified, confirmed, and approved. This has been submitted by the Executive Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Bill Swatala, seconded by Kimberly Leffel. Is there any questions or comments? Joe Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's a settlement agreement. Is there a dollar figure associated with this settlement agreement, or is that yet to be determined?
They're not giving out exact dollar amounts, Joe, but from what I've seen so far, I think it's gonna be rather significant again of what they're gonna pony up and pay, but I don't seem to remember reading in the first one, all of this part about allocating 20% into a segregated account for the attorneys, but I guess they're gonna make sure that they get their money right first.
If I may too, I do believe that was included previously. I do believe in a previous resolution, we also approved setting aside and creating this escrow account for attorneys. So I do believe previously this was essentially mirroring previous agreements that we introduced.
Okay, my mistake then. I just didn't seem to remember that we had to set a big chunk aside for them to make sure they got paid, but I thought that was something new this time. With that, any other questions or comments? Seeing none, then if you are in favor of resolution number 13-23, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 25 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent, so resolution number 1323 is passed. Item number 13, report by the Executive Committee on General Accounts and Claims.
Alrighty, we have 2 of them here for the January general accounts listing. The total for January was $714,434.83. February's general account listing came to $625,974.27.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Devin Crejan, seconded by Jim Shabilsky. Are there any questions or comments on the bills? Seeing none, then if you are in favor of paying the bills, you would vote yes, and if not, you would vote no. 25 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent, so the bills will be paid. Item number 14, are there any board member comments or new business to be considered at a future board meeting that somebody would like to bring up? Okay, Mike Wiesner.
Real quick, the only thing I have is I had been contacted prior to last month's meeting from 3 different people in regards to the solar farm.
Okay.
One of the gentlemen's not from the area, he's from Stiles, but uses the area. And they just wanted something brought up and mentioned. They do look at county board minutes, so if something was put into the minutes, they'd be able to see that.
Okay.
So they're just kind of looking for an update on that.
I don't know, you want to give a little update, Jerry? Really not a whole lot has changed.
You're correct there in the fact that not a whole lot has changed. We have received our payment, which is annually of over, what, 12,000, whatever it is. They're still doing studies on it. We don't know exactly what the plan will look like until they come forward here and bring us something on it. I know there's been discussions as far as wood lots that they may actually get into a little bit, but the main thing is we haven't gotten a clear idea of what their intent is. They're still studying it.
As far as I know, they're still waiting for their approval. I believe, like I said, in January possibly from MISO to see if they can even build one there. and pump that much into the transmission main before they go any further. That's the next step, and that's in progress right now. Well,
I did mention that to them, that there was a study process before they actually started the build. One party did mention, though, that he had heard that the whole project was scrapped. So that's why,
No.
I told him, to my knowledge, it wasn't, but that's why I thought I would bring it up, and they could, like I said, then they can view the
Have 'em-
board minutes, and
have them go down to the Brewers game, maybe he can get a good answer there.
thank you.
The one thing too, Mike, is the study is they're actually dropping a piece of equipment out there that determines the sunlight, and it takes a variety of readings to see if the area would support the overall solar field. So that has been going on just to kind of refine what Jerry had said.
Yeah.
A
like I
small,
said-
small weather station.
Yeah, like I said, my issue was, like I said, the one party said he heard it was scrapped, and to my knowledge, I told him that was not so, but.
No.
So I thought I'd bring it up. Thank you.
Okay. Arlen Tober.
Yes, I'd like to get a report from the Solid Waste Committee on the status of the landfill. No garbage is going into it, so why is it still open? When I go to the town board meetings, which I represent, quite often they're asked, why are the tipping fees keep going up when all there is a transfer station? Also, years ago, when the landfill was opened, we were told some money from the tipping fees would be put into a fund to pay for the closing of the landfill. I have never seen a report on this fund. It seems the county board is being kept in the dark. I think the county board is, in a month or two, should receive a report and a plan for closing.
Okay, I'll make a comment to that, Arlen. I attended the last two meetings of solid waste, and a lot of them questions that you just asked they're working on right now to be addressed. Correct, Randy? And we requested a bunch of information from the city on what they paid and how it was handled by the city. Randy?
Yeah, there's a couple things going on. Like Tom said, we're looking at the past to see how some of the things moved forward. We're also looking to the future to close the landfill. There's several issues kind of wrapped into it, so we're working through them. To say that the landfill's not receiving any waste isn't correct. It's mostly just stuff from Arrow, but and the rest of it, a lot of it is transfer, and there are some possible issues that will be shared with towns in the near future. So there's a lot going on with it. As you know, Tom, you were there the last two meetings. There's a lot of
I wouldn't open my
questions
big mouth up.
open ends, and hey, I mean, everything's got to be looked at, everything's got to be considered, so that's what we're doing.
Okay, thanks, Randy. Does that kind of answer your question, Arlen? It's basically, you're just going to have to, we're going to have to wait a little bit and see, and things are getting looked at a lot harder right now than what they. Well, at the last meeting, we should have some documentation coming of a one-time period when the city had to transfer a bunch from the original cell that it was running into the new one. We're still waiting for that information. And then, but it has come out that the way things look right now, they're going to be asking in 2025 for the county to bond again. So it's up in the air yet, but it is being worked on. It's about the best we can give you right now. Kathy Lubke.
Yeah, I think I also received phone calls from the same people Mike did concerning the solar park. My question is, before anything really starts, are we going to be given a map of exactly where they're going to go?
That's what I've always been saying, everybody. Steve had told a few people that, Steve from maintenance had told a few people that it's a done deal. It's a done deal that the county made the agreement with them that they have 5 years to study it. And they have to start construction within that 5-year period, or anything that's agreed to so far, I believe, is out the window. There's no definite plan of exactly how many acres will be covered by solar panels, where, or any of that yet. That's all to be determined yet and all to be negotiated by, most likely, public property and then this board.
Okay, Kara, can you make sure something like that's in the minutes so the people that are looking can, what I was told on the phone was way out there, so.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Maybe they were at a Brewers game too. Joel Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Very briefly, it would be remiss if I didn't mention something about our favorite girlfriend Annie and keeping her on our radar screen, and hopefully she's apprehended one of these days.
Well, gee, maybe that's why my email quieted down. Any other thing anyone would like to bring up? Okay, seeing none, then we will move on to 15, claim of County Board Supervisor's mileage. Kara?
For the 25 present today, the county board mileage per diem report will be $2,358.02.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Randy Young, seconded by Jerry Erdman. If you are, any discussion? Seeing none, then if you are in favor of being paid for today's meeting, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. Ken? 25 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent. Item number 16, item number 16, next meeting date is April 18th, 2023. And that is no, that's not the annual meeting. Annual meeting would be in the fall, correct, Jerry? Yeah, this meeting is just scheduled this by state statutes because in an election year, that would be the reorganizational meeting. So that stuff doesn't really change, but we still have to have it on that date by statutes. So if there's anybody too with any committee things they would like to push forward, you'll have to kind of pick up the pace this month because it's a short time period and we're back here again. With that, we are up to a motion to adjourn. Motion by Tess, seconded by Grant Stazik. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.